Ultimate character creator? I thought Tetsuya Nomura was the ultimate character creator. Hello! I'm professional video game liker Tim Rogers.
And I'm Kotaku staff writer Gita Jackson.
This is the first time we've done one of these shows, and that's okay, because we're probably going to do some more.
I hope you like watching this because you're probably going to see a lot more of it.
I personally have played 400 hours of Final Fantasy VII in the past 8 months. I have produced 9 episodes of a series, cataloging and scrutinizing the minute differences between the English translation and the Japanese original. It's starting to drive me nuts. I released the 9th episode this week. It's 28 minutes long. I recommend you some bad old Korean hip-hop, and also talk about my college dorm. I do a Yoda voice at one point. Please, somebody watch it. Teenagers in Ohio tricked their chemistry teacher into making their final exam about Fortnite. I say tricked because they asked this guy to pick a number of retweets, and he picked 6,700. The guy should have known that any photograph of teens striving to own an adult is going to get 10,000 retweets on accident. The teacher told Kotaku, "I'll just make up chemistry questions that involve Fortnite terminology, I guess." I'd say if he really wants to stump them, he should make up questions about the main game mode.
There's never been a comprehensive review of this life experience, so I decided to take a crack at it. Some things I didn't mention. The soundtrack sounds good at the time, but it begins to show its age. It's also much more challenging with the LGBT expansion pack, and you might already be playing with it installed and not know it yet.
I still haven't beaten the final boss.
I appreciate that Jason Schreier is not only honest about his skill level, but given me an achievable goal. I miss Day 9's Daily StarCraft videos to you, buddy.
I still haven't beaten the final boss. Absolutely no one who has played Final Fantasy VI on their iPhone screamed in surprise this week to learn that Square Enix's sudden PC release of Chrono Trigger sucks. It has like 5 different fonts on the screen. They put some kind of smearing filter on the graphics. Someone at Square Enix clearly thinks that video game likers both love retro games and fear pixel art. I gotta say, I love pixels. I love being able to see all those little sharp-edged square buddies.
Instead of teasing this news until we're all frothing at the mouth, Blizzard dropped their new hero for Overwatch in a tweet. She's a support character who can also heal, and people seem into her. I have one gripe though. Of all the characters in Overwatch for them to confirm on whether or not they have sex, it's Torbjorn? Thanks, Jeff from the Overwatch team.
3D Realms released a chapter of a new game on early access. They made the game in the Build engine, which has existed since 1995. This is the engine used for Duke Nukem 3D, Shadow Warrior, and Blood. Fun fact, I think about the main character of Blood saying, "I live again," every morning the instant I wake up. If built in an engine from 1995 doesn't scream retro loud enough for you, get a load of the title. Ion Maiden. That rules. President Duke Nukem, presuming he's going to fool someone in the process, declared that he will meet with quote-unquote members of the video game industry next week. Right this minute, President Nukem's staff is sorting video game industry member databases by age descending, and will meet with whoever is on the top. This happened once before, in 2013. Would you believe me if I told you absolutely nothing got accomplished? You probably wouldn't, huh?
This story blew up. How was I supposed to know that people love porn? Honey Select Unlimited is basically a sexy character creator. You're supposed to be able to make your perfect partner, but without the ability to make a big fat butt, I don't see how that's possible. The game is actually pretty charming in parts. I loved taking the women I made into a photo shoot. But then in the demo, you can only have sex in the missionary position, which is a fact that will never make me stop laughing.
Ultimate character creator? What about the guy who designed Banjo and Kazooie? It's the 1-year anniversary of the Nintendo Switch's release. Mike Fahey wrote up a fun report of how every Nintendo Switch-owning Kotaku staff member's Nintendo Switch is doing after 1 year of use and abuse. It turns out not one person on the Kotaku staff has shattered their Nintendo Switch screen or their Nintendo Switch screen protector, especially not me. You can check Kotaku.com for a long, weird story about how I got my own Switch. It's probably not boring.
So I used to play with the Switch docked exclusively, and then I moved and my television situation changed, so now I only play it in my bed under the covers, and honestly, it's so much less scratched up than I thought it would be. It's just covered in fingerprints, which is somehow worse.
This has been the very first episode of Kotaku XP. What does the XP stand for? I don't know. All you need to know is it's the 10 top video game news stories of the week, as decided by me, summarized in exactly 30 seconds each.